Hi, we
What's
are
going on?
here with Terrence Randolph, aka Hustle Simmons. Um, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and where you got your name from?
Um, I'm Hustle, uh, from Chicago, Illinois. I got my name from a local rapper who seen my hustle at a young age, working in the fashion industry and doing marketing and throwing concerts and just I was doing a lot. I was doing whatever it took to get on. So he gave me a nickname, Hustle Simmons, and the name just stuck. And um, I live by the name, so I really hustle every day. Legit though.
So, what do you do every day?
Um, Come up with cool and crazy ideas to make companies cool and make rappers cool, and I get paid to make things cool,
Awesome.
basically.
Okay. So, what are you working on right now?
Got some stuff coming up with Rocky Fresh, a lot of branding with him. We got a project we about to drop with Mitchell and Ness. We also got something coming up with 424 Fairfax in LA. Um, I just got done helping design the stage for Rick Ross Maybach Music Tour. What else? What else? What else? Oh, I got some other stuff coming up with some other rappers, some shoe collabs, different stuff.
Awesome. So, where are you from?
West side of Chicago. Parents moved me to the south side. Then they moved me to the south suburbs. But I'm from the west side. I represent west side all day.
Okay.
The west side was everything to me, man. It made me who I am. Um, it's a cool place. South side's cool too. I moved to south side. It's night and day though. Um, the west side is like at the time when I lived out west, it was like all hood pretty much. But now it's different. But the south side is cool too. I lived on both, but it was like eye opening.
How was that transition for you?
It was like night and day, man. Like coming from the west side. The west side was hood. I
Mhm.
mean, it was cool. Like it was kids outside, it was families and stuff like that. And it
Mhm.
was more like everybody knew each other on the west side. Like everybody, even the drug dealers, man. The drug dealers was like they would do like fireworks shows and like help us build basketball rims, and you know what I'm saying. You always had the little hype on the block was those Nintendo games for the dirt to my parents and stuff. Then I moved to the south side. It was just like it was quiet. Um, I started going to school with white kids for the first time. I learned how to play baseball and different stuff like that. It was just totally different. The South Side is much bigger, so you know. Um, and plus, when we moved to the South Side, we moved to the Beverly area, so that was kind of like the nice part of the South Side, like a kind of like suburban part of the South Side.
Mhm.
So for me, coming from the hood and being this like just straight West Side kid to go to the South Side and I spoke differently than the kids. Like I was just different. You know what I'm saying? Like I wore Jordans and Carl Canat jackets, and they was on some Calvin Klein jeans and
Mhm.
other stuff. So it was night and day for me.
Do you think the neighborhoods are still like that? Do you see kids playing with fireworks with their elders or
Um, Not so much. It's not really family oriented nowadays. Like the kids just roam. There's a difference between kids playing in the streets and roaming the streets.
hmm,
I think nowadays the kids roam the streets. They just outside. You know what I'm saying? Trying to find something to do, trying to find something to keep them busy. Back when I was a kid, you know, we would knock on each other's door and be like, "Yo, let's go outside and play." Um, and nowadays it's more like kids are out here trying to survive. I never had to think about survival as a kid. I just went outside and did my thing. So, like, even when I go to the Beverly area and I go on the South Side, it's different. It's
yeah.
it's quiet. I don't see the kids outside like they used to. I don't. It's just different, man. It's just different. And then when I go on the West Side, it's just like you see nothing but kids. You don't see the parents. It used to be parents sitting on the porch and sitting on the stoop. You
Hmm.
know, it's not that no more, man. It's like all these kids in Chicago is in survival mode. No matter what side of the city you're on.
What do you think can help like change that?
Um,
I've
well, I
always had
think
mentors. I've had people like you to look up to. So like I feel
yeah,
like
kids don't have that. I
mhm,
think you was the like last of a dying breed as far as like the kids who went out and seeked guidance and You was like the last of the dying breed of kids who did that. I think the city spent so much time trying to gentrify it, and Mayor Daley spent so much time trying to build condos and stuff and moving kids around and kicking people out their neighborhoods that like sense of family left. So
Mhm.
these kids are now being raised by TV, now being raised by the drug dealers on the block and not their family. And when I was younger, the drug dealers was like, in their 20s. You know what I'm saying? They were older dudes. Now, the kingpins on the blocks is 15, 16. So it's kids raising kids out here. So, you know, I think they need more programs, more Jesse White tumbling type programs. They need more community centers. They just need more things for kids um,
Have you heard of
to be involved
Ceasefire?
with. Yeah, I worked with them before.
Awesome. That's somebody that I want to
Yeah,
work with. That organization.
yeah.
Um, can you speak a little bit about Hustle Palooza for those that don't know what that is?
Hustle Palooza was a concept I came up with some years ago. A concert, mostly hip hop, to help up and coming um, artists to try to help their career. It was a big void in Chicago. It was like not a lot of places for kids to go out and perform and stuff. So I created this series of shows to just motivate these kids and be like, "Yo, get outside your city, and I'm going to help you get your talents out." And then it took off, and I've done Hustle Palooza all over the country. And then the last year, I started the Hustle Palooza Stop the Violence, Increase the Peace initiative, where it's just all about taking celebrities and like my friends to these schools and not just talking to the kids, but sitting there and listening to the kids. I think one thing adults do wrong, they spend so much time preaching,
Mhm.
and kids don't want to hear that.
Mhm.
But not enough people take the time to understand what the kids is going through. So for me to take Chicago Bears players and R&B superstars and radio personalities that these people see on TV, these kids see on TV, to come to the school and actually sit there and be like, "Yo, talk to me. What's going on with you?" Um, it means a lot to these kids. So I do that every year now. I got one coming up in February, and it's cool. We went to like I think last year I did 8 schools last year, 6 or 8 schools. I think it was 8. But it was cool. We play ball with the kids. We bring gifts. We give them free sneakers. We sit there. We give them our email address in case they have any problems, and just try to show them that we actually do care, and it's not a publicity stunt. Like you can hit us up anytime, and we there for the kids.
Well, you've inspired me to start a Stop Shooting, Start Living showcase, and it's something similar to
Mhm.
what you have going on. I wanna scout talent throughout some inner city high schools and give them an opportunity to showcase their talent in front of some judges and be my opening acts for like a benefit concert. So I'm working on putting that together and I wanted to travel as well. I'm gonna start here in New York and then I'm gonna have one in Chicago. And you're gonna host
Mhm.
that one. I'm not asking you to do it, just know you're going to. So um that's what I'm working on. And I feel like people like us can help make our city a safer place. And it starts with reaching out. So
Mhm.
I want to thank you for your time. I appreciate you oh so much. You are awesome.
Thanks
And
for having me. Good luck with this. I hope whoever sees this follow me on Twitter at Hustle Simmons.
got
Get back to the kids.
sounds like a plan.
All right.
All right, I'm closing out. Bye.
Bye.